So, the movement of the earth around the sun in a fixed elliptical orbit is called revolution. The earth completes one revolution in 365 days. For one revolution, the earth takes 365 days and 6 hours. While 365 days make one complete year, that 6 into 4 is equal to 24 hours are added to a year, that is called the leap year. After every 4 years to make one complete day. It is added to the month of February every 4 years, which has 366 days. So revolution, it is the moving around of the earth, that around the sun, and that is a fixed way, which is called the orbit. Fixed way. All the planets are moving around the sun. So our earth has one orbit. So all the planets are moving around the sun on their orbits. So our earth takes 365 days for one revolution. It is called 1 year. 365 days and 6 hours. So that every year 6 hours are joined together in 4 years, and it becomes 1 day, and this 1 day is added with February. Throughout this revolution, the earth remains inclined on its orbital plane at an angle of 66.5 degrees. Due to the elliptical orbit of the earth, the distance between the sun and the earth varies from a minimum of 147 million kilometers to a maximum of 152 million kilometers. Thus, the mean distance between the earth and the sun is 149.5 million kilometers. The position when the earth happens to the closest to the sun is called the perihelion, and when it happens to be at its farthest distance, it is called aphelion. So, the orbit is not round. Why? Because that throughout the year we cannot get the same heat and light of the sun. During winter year, the days are small and the nights are long, and the heat of the sun is not so hot. But during summer, the days are long and the nights are short. At that time, during summer season, we get the more heat in comparison to the winter seasons. So we can say that the orbit is not round. If it would be round, then we should not that experience the different seasons. So this is the revolution and rotation. Rotation means that the earth moves, that spins on its axis from west to east. From west to east, the movement of the earth on its axis is called the rotation. The movement of the earth is called on its own axis is called the rotation. The earth axis is tilted at an angle 23.5 degree from the perpendicular position, 66.5 degree from the orbital plane. This tilting of the axis is called inclination of the Earth's axis. The Earth completes one rotation on its axis in 24 hours. That for one rotation it takes 24 hours, but for one revolution it takes 365 and 6 hours. 365 days and 6 hours. So, the Earth completes one rotation on its axis in 24 hours, while rotating one half of the Earth's surface gets light from the sun and other half remains dark. So, while rotating on its own axis, that the one half of the Earth that faces the sun and it gets the direct sunlight, the heat. So the sun rays are, so the lighted half is called the day. So the part which faces the sun gets the light and heat, so that part has day, and the other part doesn't get the light and heat, so that is called their night. While rotating one half of the Earth's surface gets light from the sun and other half remains dark. So the lighted half is day and the dark half is night. The sun rays are slanting both in the morning and in the evening. But the sun rays are slanting. So that you remember or you read this lesson again and again, then you understand the meaning of rotation and the meaning of revolution. Rotation is one day, and the rotation causes the day and night. But the revolution takes 365 days, and the revolution causes the seasons. One day, this means the rotation, the moving of the Earth on its axis is called the rotation, and the part of the half part of the Earth that faces the sun experiences day, and the other half night. So also that the Earth that revolves or moves around the sun, first one around its axis and revolution around the sun, and it takes 365 days and 6 hours. That we call it 1 year. The revolution is 1 year, rotation is 1 day, and the rotation causes the day and night, and the revolution causes the seasonal changes that we get or we experience different seasons. So the position when the Earth happens to be closest to the sun, it is called perihelion, and when it happens to be at its further distance, it is called aphelion. That closer distance means that we get the direct sunshine, and the further distance means we get the slanting sunlight, the slanting heat of the sun. That every day in the morning and in the evening we get slanting sunlight, slanting heat. So understand the meanings of rotation and revolution. Then we shall go forward. Thank you.